The Eagle Inn, Salford, Greater Manchester. Hello everybody, I'm in Salford, just outside Manchester, northwest England, and this is the oldest part of Salford called Greengate. Now there's a load of cars passing here, it's really noisy, and in the background there's a pub called the Eagle Inn. And I used to come here over 40 years ago when I was in late teens and in my early 20s, and it's a great Joseph Holt pub. It's the last pub surviving from this area. All the other pubs around here, about 13, 14 of them have gone, but this pub survives. It's just that brown building in the middle of a picture there, and it's surrounded by these new high-rise buildings. It's awful round here. It's a bloody like a high-rise metropolis. It's terrible, but that pub survives, so let's get in it. I've got to try and find my way around all this rubbish, yeah? Right, cheers folks, see you in there. So this is the Eagle Inn, and look at the size of the buildings up round them, blimey. So this is the last pub standing, so let's get in for a pint. Cheers. Joseph Holt Brewery, Manchester, bitter, 4%. Cheers folks. So, welcome to the Eagle in Salford, in the Greengate area, Salford. This is the oldest area, and surround this pub now is bloody high-rise building. It's like a mad high-rise metropolis. It's ridiculous, but this pub still stands. It's got a nickname of a lamp oil shop because next door used to sell paraffin and oil, and it's a grade 2 listed building built in 1902, and it got many original features like the wood panelling and the tiled walls. It's really nice. It's got 5 cask ales on, it's got quite a few keg pumps, and it's owned by the Joseph Holt Brewery. It's got a central bar serving about four different snugs, an outside area at the back, an outside area at the front. But it's chaos around there. It's absolute bloody chaos. They're bloody digging and drilling and building. It's mad, and coming in here, it's like a bloody safe haven. It's fantastic. The brewery, there used to be 12 pubs around here. 12, 13 pubs, I'll name them now. The Royal Oak, the Juicy Bridge, the Old Ship, Free Boddington's Pub, the Old Shears, the Three Legs of Man, the Flying Horse, the Waterloo, the King Billy, the Blackfriars, the Braziers, the Star and the Three Crowns, and this one is the only one standing, the Eagle. All of them have gone. It's madness, but the brewery, Joseph Holt Brewery, invested in this pub. They knocked the terrace house next door and made it into a music venue, and it's kept the pub alive. Everything in here is still the same as I remember it. I used to come here many years ago. But let's have a look at the beer. Now the beer is Joseph Holt Bitter from their brewery, and it's a classic northern Manchester bitter. Now I don't know if you can see the colour of it, but it's an amber colour through the window there. Anyways, it's an amber colour beer, and it's been going for years. It's 4%. Oh, it's got a lovely hoppy nose. I can't wait. I've just come off the tram from the Isle of Man, so this is my first pint. It's got Target and East Golding hops in it. Let's have a go. It's an absolute classic northern Manchester bitter. It's got that toffee caramel malt to it, really nice. It's got a lovely bitter finish, and it's not as bitter as it used to be, I think, because years ago in the Good Beer Guide you used to say it is quite shockingly bitter and quite surprising to the unwary, but this is really nice. It's just what I need. Toffee malt, but it's got that lovely hop bitterness at the end. It's fantastic. Joseph Holt Bitter, classic Manchester bitter, and this brewery doesn't mess about and uses quality ingredients. It really does. And this beer is dedicated to the reason why I'm here today, and I've come over for a funeral of my dear friend Mike, who passed away a couple of weeks ago. And I used to work with this lad, and me and Mike used to come in the pubs around here, and we used to come in here for a pint. So this is to you, Mike. Rest in peace, my mate. Cheers. Oh, and this just survives. It's unbelievable what's going on out there. I'm shocked, I really am. But I remember when I was in here many years ago, I was in that room in there before a Rainbow concert, and it's the only time in my life where I've knocked a pint over like that, and I've actually caught it. I had 2/3 of a pint full, and I caught it down here, and I didn't spill a drop. Now, I've never done it since, I never will. But this Joseph Holt Brewery is probably the best brewery in Britain for a charity. They look after the homeless, the underprivileged children, Christie's Hospital, and they're really good, and the beer's quite inexpensive compared to most parts of the country. That is an outstanding bitter of quality. Joseph Holt bitter, 4%. Anyway, oh blimey, need this. You can tell I've just been travelling, can't you? Anyway, I went to the doctor's the other day again, and I said, last few months, doctor, when I've been having my dinner, I've been eating my mains first, then my dessert, and then I've been finished off with my starter, like my soup and all that. And he said, I think you've got a bit of an eating disorder going on there. Yeah, I think you could be right. And I've always been in favour of GMF, genetic modified foods. Yes, I had a lovely leg of salmon the other day. It was really nice. So, this is the Eagle, aka the lamp oil shop. It's got a great music venue next door. The music in the background there, tasty. Jukebox, piano. It's just fantastic. It's just a very hard to find pub. It's on Collier Street, amongst these high-rise new buildings going up, ruining this part of Salford. Greengate was the old classic cobble street, terrace houses, little industrial area of Salford, and I think they've ruined it, I really do. So, that is fantastic. Joseph Holt bitter, 4%, toffee, caramel. Just that lovely, great hot bitterness finish at the end. Fantastic. Right, that's it. I'll see you outside later. Cheers, everyone. Cheers. So I was just coming out the Eagle and I walked around here and I spotted this. This is a pub what used to be called the Waterloo. It's the last remaining signs of any other pub round here, and it used to be a Wilson's pub, and when they got into this pub they found a dead body from like a murder from many years ago. And look, it's overlooked by this now. All these buildings getting built in the oldest part of Salford, Greengate area. Look at the size of that one. It's unbelievable. And I find it hard to believe that the Eagle like that can still survive. But I don't think this is progress, folks. I really don't. Right. So, I couldn't really conclude that video in Salford because the noise, the banging, the drilling, the digging, blimey, it was noisy. So, it was a flying visit to Manchester because one of my very, very, very best friends passed away, Mike, and I had to go to his funeral. I had to. And yeah, sad occasion. So it was a quick in and out visit, and the next day on my way out I managed to do 2 classic pubs in Manchester, so I've done a video for that and that'll be up next time. The music in this video, beginning is like the Pogues, and it's called Dirty Old Town, and a lot of people think it's about a song from Ireland, and it's not. It was written and sung by a man called Ewan McCall, and he was from Broughton in Salford, and it's all about Salford. Dirty Old Town's about Salford, nothing to do with Ireland, but it's a very good version by the Pogues, I must say. This beer I've got here is Piston Brew, like a brown ale. It's specially brewed for TT Race Week, 4.5%. That's the one there, that's the beer. Really, really nice. So, thanks for watching, everybody. If you want to subscribe, you can, but you don't have to. So, cheers for now, and cheers my friend Mike. Cheers. Bye.
By the gasworks croft, dreamed a dream by the old canal, kissed my girl by the factory wall. Dirty old town, dirty old town. across the moon.